Hey guys, hanging with Jack here. I know it's been a long time since I've posted a painting video. However, during my time of absence, I've been journeying the world, trying to become a much better painter. And here I am, back for you guys to show off what I have learned. So for today, I think I've decided that I'm going to attempt to paint the Pyramids of Giza. Very tough thing to paint, I'd say. So, to start off, we're gonna test out some colors on our palette. I think I'm gonna lighten it up just a tad bit to get more of that Egyptian sand feel. Just like that. I think we could use a few more oranges in this. And I think that's a good color. Alright, so we're gonna start off by painting our landscape. Not too high, not too low. Give it a nice curvature. Try and make it flow much like the Egyptian sand dunes. Just like that. Now this coloration may be a tad bit off. However, I'm trying to depict this at more of a sunset time, so the sand will naturally give off a more orange hue. As you notice, I'm going for side strokes to give off that sandy feel. Just like that. Alright, now, since I said this is a sunset, while the sky may be orange, we're going to depict it as a nice darker blue. Almost to nighttime, almost. So we're just going to start up top. Try and curve it around to match the atmosphere. Just like that. Oh, now here's the tricky part. So before we continue, we are going to dry our canvas. Oopsie daisy. Haven't used this in a while. Here it is. Anyways, we're going to dry our canvas so that our colors do not interfere with one another. Then right here, we're going to give a slightly lighter blue in hopes that we can achieve that nice light band the sun gives off during those evening hours. And then with this, we're going to paint over with our nice Persian blue in hopes of mixing it like such. Oh, that's beautiful. Just like that. Giving that nice sky fade. Alright, now that we have our landscape, we will proceed to dry our canvas. We will now begin to draw the pyramids, the main attraction. Alright, so we're going to return to this, That was a mistake. Can we undo that? Or we can not. Happens all mistakes. We can deal with this. Alright, I think we're gonna pick from some brand new colors. We're gonna get this nice tan and add a bit of brown to it to match the true colors of the Pyramids of Giza. Just like that. Perfect. Now I'm gonna pick a new brush so you get a nice fine outline of the pyramids. Just like that. Perfect. So to start off, we're gonna go just draw a nice simple line. Just like that. And from that, slightly sharp line going straight down. Slightly lower than the past line. And we'll be finishing this off with one final line at a slightly higher area. This will allow us to create almost a 3D effect, as you can tell right now. It's very nice, I'd say. Just like that. Perfect. Now, I believe it's important to emphasize the borders of my paintings. So I'm going to use a brand new color, or at least a slightly lighter shade, to emphasize the interior of the pyramid. I'm going to need a bit more paint, it looks like. I'm trying to do this ever so slightly. You never want the outline to overpower the rest of the painting, you know? This often takes years of practice. And although I may have been absent for a few years, I still need a bit of practice with this, as evident through this right now. This should do a nice job. Perfect. You see how all the colors seem to blend flawlessly together. Not only that, but these outlines also seem to give a fine idea of shading. Something we'll try to get into this video. Just like that. Now we're going to have to use a slightly finer brush in order to reach these hard to reach places. Just like that. Oh no, that's beautiful. It's almost as if I'm standing there right now. Now it's okay to go over the outline as long as you're not completely drawing over it. Remember, the outline is nothing more than just draw emphasis to what you're painting. So we're just gonna make our final paints on this surface. And we'll be halfway done with our first pyramid, if we choose to make any more. Just like that. Beautiful. Now what I'd like to do, you can notice the paint is making a kind of messy impression all over the place. So we're gonna just very finely be drawing lines across. Maybe I should use a slightly thicker brush. There we are. We'll be doing this in order to attempt to eliminate these lines. Just like that. This will also give the type of impression that this is made out of bricks, as it is. And as we all know, bricks do not go up and down. Instead, they go more sideways, like such. This is nice. You're able to see the nice brick-like shapes almost protruding out into the outline. This is what I'm wanting to achieve. It gives much more of a pyramid feel. Wonderful. Right, now that our first face is done, we'll be proceeding on to the second face. This will be slightly more difficult to draw out, paint out, just because the shape of the brush doesn't quite match with our outline. We want to be careful not to draw over it. Just like that. Perfect. I should be able to get this without using a fine brush. Yes. Now this part, it may seem a bit jagged and also uneven compared to this face. However, I like this. It seems to emphasize the fact that this is a few thousand-year-old pyramid. These parts are breaking down as we speak. Something I think is called erosion. It's quite interesting stuff, I'd say. Now this is getting quite tight, so I'm gonna start to use a slightly smaller brush. Wonderful. Now as you can see, I'm never quite completely covering the outline. It may be covered up in a few spots, but the general idea of it is still there, which helps to emphasize that this is a pyramid. It's getting quite tight at the top. I may have to switch to some very fine brushes very soon. So we're just gonna kind of dab some paint right there instead of stroking across. That way we're careful not to draw over the border. Just like that. Perfect. I don't know about you guys, but this is turning out perfect in my eyes. Now this is when it's going to get really tough. Just like that. Now I remember I did say I was considering doing multiple pyramids. However, I really do believe that this one pyramid alone perfectly sets out the painting, you know? However, I think I have an idea. Right. So I think it'd be nice if I could just put a pyramid all the way back there. Almost to give the perspective that there's more than just one pyramid. That there's so much more in life, you know? So we're just gonna dot this in. We don't gotta go far into these details. Which is the best part about painting. Sometimes you never have to be exactly on points. You just have to be what your heart desires. Anyways, one thing I think this painting is missing is a bit of stars. While it is not night, it is evening. And in places like Egypt, where light is absent, or at least man-made light is absent, you should be able to see stars earlier. It's really beautiful. Just like that. I think we should also fill in a crescent moon right up here. Just like that. Actually, let's make it a tad bit smaller. We don't want the moon to be the spotlight of this painting. Beautiful. Alrighty. I'm just looking over my painting, see if it needs anything else. I'm quickly fan over it, just to save my work at the moment. I do believe this is perfect. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching another one of my Painting with Jack videos. I'm sorry if this may have been a bit slow, a bit rough, speech a bit broken, etc. When going out on my journey for painting, often you have to leave a lot behind in order to take in. And as evident through my painting and works today, it is visually obvious that I have taken in so much. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you stay tuned for what I have next in store. Peace.